looking out my kitchen window. This morning, as I stand here looking out, holding warm tea in my hand, a quiet thought settles into my spirit. I wonder how many of us, as older women, are still waiting to be seen. Not because we are invisible, but because somewhere along this journey, the little girl inside of us learned what it felt like to be overlooked. She wasn't seen as a child. She wasn't fully seen as a teenager. She wasn't always seen as a wife, a mother, an employee, a business owner, or even a woman trying to do her best in everything she did. So she learned how to keep reaching, keep proving herself. She kept performing, kept hoping that one day someone will finally say, I see you. The older I become, the more I realize something, it surprises me. One of the hardest things we have to do when growing older is letting go of what we so fully have received. Sometimes we are still chasing yesterday's validation while today's blessings are quietly waiting for us to be recognized. We struggle to accept the woman we have become because we're still grieving the little girl who was never celebrated. What we don't realize, how much we have overcome, how much we have survived, how much we have accomplished. We allowed our dreams to be buried and even created new ones. We raised families, worked, built communities, started over, and did it again. We learned how to forgive, we learned how to stand, and we learned how to keep going when we wanted to quit. Yet somehow we still measure ourselves by who never chose us, who never appreciated us, who offended us, or who we felt did us wrong. We begin to measure ourselves by who never saw us. And it becomes a repeated cycle that we are even unaware of it. That the things that we even do today, that we're waiting for that person, even if they're not around, to recognize and to acknowledge us. You know, because if it happened while you were a little girl or a teenager, we're still waiting. In my book, No More Crumbs, it was personal to me. It wasn't simply a story. It was a journey into a hidden place inside of my soul. It was about a woman called Carla, a woman who had spent years living beneath the weight of denial, shame, rejection, hurt, and self condemnation. She had learned how to survive, but she never truly learned how to live. Her greatest miracle didn't happen because someone finally apologized or acknowledged her. It didn't happen because the people who wounded her finally changed towards her. It happened when she kneeled down at the altar and she let go. And there, God met her. Not the polished woman everyone sees, not the woman who some people feel successful for the things she had accomplished. the one who hid behind the smile. Because God reaches beyond the years and embraces you, even the broken little girl who had been carrying wounds no one could ever see or could even touch. That encounter changed everything. Throughout the book, I walked through the spiritual truths of God that He revealed as I told the story of Carla. He uncovers the darkness that quietly ruled her life. And in that chapter, I called it The Little Girl, because this little girl thinks of herself. And she said, "Can't they see I'm starving? Didn't they know that crumbs only made me hungrier?" Every time I read those words, I have to stop, because Carla isn't talking about physical hunger. She is describing emotional starvation. She is describing a soul that has gone for years without being nourished by love, acceptance, and belonging. She watched the people around her pretend everything was fine, and she wondered if she was the only one who noticed something was wrong. She even wondered if life was playing a joke on her, and she asked the question that so many wounded children, little girls inside of us, silently ask, what do I do with this hunger that is eating me alive? I believe many women never stop asking that question, even through careers, families, raising children, marriage. I believe they never stop asking that question. The hunger simply changes its appearance. Sometimes we hunger for approval, affection, success, relationships, to be recognized. Sometimes we hunger to finally hear the words, "I see you and I'm proud of you." And the real question becomes this: can hunger become uncontrollable and turn into lust? I believe it can. When our deepest emotions never go unmet long enough, healthy desires can become desperate and become a desperate pursuit. We begin chasing things that never was designed to heal us. We look for validation and achievement and titles and money and ministry, social media, and being needed and being busy. We conceive and convince ourselves that if one more person noticed me, that means one more door opens, and that means I'm recognized. But the truth is, crumbs never satisfy a starving soul. They only make us hungrier. And as I look out my kitchen window today, I have become aware of something that I didn't fully understand years ago. Healing is not wanting for the people who ignored you to finally see you. Healing is finally seeing yourself the way God has always seen you. Healing is comforting the little girl within instead of abandoning her all over again. Healing is telling her, you are safe. Putting your hand on your chest, taking a deep breath, breathing in, and letting her know, I see you. I love you. You do not have to earn your worth. and you do not have to beg for crumbs. I believe the moment we stop waiting for someone else to validate our existence, we fully see ourselves. Because some people would never apologize. Some people may never acknowledge what they took from you or what they did from you. Some people will never acknowledge that your no meant no, and now you have to deal with the consequences of someone taking your no. You have to. But understand this, even if your no was not recognized and respected, that God has settled your value way before your first breath. Maybe today isn't about proving anything to anyone because of circumstances, because of the things you survived, the things you went through, the things you overcame, and even the things you battle daily. Maybe it's about receiving your love for you, receiving your acceptance, receiving your peace, receiving the woman who you have become, because she is amazing. You have always overcome each step at a time. You have succeeded in ways that no trophy can bring value to you, or no recognition from anyone can add more value to you. And perhaps the greatest victory still ahead of you is this: to finally stop living for crumbs and begin living from the abundance of the love of God. So today, as you look out your window, I want you to ask yourself, am I still waiting for someone to see me, to recognize me? Or have I finally accepted that I've always been seen by God? Can I finally accept that I accept and recognize myself? That I see myself with all of what the world say are faults, but I say it's just a part of who I am, and I'm wonderful. Because the little girl inside of you has been waiting long enough. It's time to take her hand. It's time to comfort her. It's time to let her know that she no longer has to beg for crumbs, that you see her, that you can wipe her tears away without shame, without embarrassment, and together you walk in the freedom that you've been waiting for a long time, because you deserve it. This is just me and you looking out the kitchen window and saying, we no longer have to wait for anyone to validate us or anything to add value to who we are, because we are amazing and we accept ourselves and we celebrate ourselves. We take a breath and we let go of what was, that we may receive what is today. I see you next time as we look out our kitchen window. This has been the Sue.